story is about a dog who spoke and changed my life forever. It all began on a rainy Thursday afternoon when I decided to adopt a dog. After weeks of browsing the local shelter's website and examining photos and profiles, I found a quiet, calm dog that seemed like a perfect match for my lifestyle. I drove to the shelter with a mix of nervousness and excitement. But when I arrived, the receptionist looked at me with a sympathetic smile and said, "I'm sorry, he's already been adopted." I stood there in shock, unsure of what to do next. I had taken time off work, bought toys and treats, and even chosen a name. It felt like all my hope and anticipation had suddenly vanished. Then I heard something. It wasn't a bark or a whimper. It was more like a mumble, a strange rhythmic sound coming from one of the cages in the hallway. Intrigued, I walked over, and there he was, a scruffy little dog with bright eyes and a wagging tail staring right at me. He was talking. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but no, he was actually producing deliberate sounds, not just barking or whining like most dogs, but almost forming words. He looked at me, wagged his tail more vigorously, and let out a series of unusual little noises that left me frozen. I knelt down in front of his cage and whispered, "What are you trying to say?" He continued, as if he had been waiting for someone to listen. I inquired about him with the staff. "His name's Dennis," the girl said. "Yeah, he's different. He kind of talks. We're not really sure what he means, but he does it all the time." I smiled. I wanted him, but she shook her head. "He's already reserved. Someone else is scheduled to adopt him in 2 weeks." My heart sank again, but something inside me wouldn't let it go. I asked if I could foster him in the meantime so he wouldn't have to stay in a cage for 2 more weeks. They hesitated, warning me that I might get attached. "I know," I said, "but this isn't about me. I just don't want him to be alone." They agreed, and that choice would change my life. The first night Dennis came home with me, he wouldn't stop talking. His unique little voice filled the apartment. He'd sit at the foot of the bed, mumbling softly as if telling me bedtime stories. In the morning, he'd greet me with what seemed like a speech, sharing his dreams, or perhaps his breakfast preferences. I began responding, and surprisingly, he would answer back. It wasn't human speech, but it was meaningful. There was a rhythm to it, a feeling. He wasn't just making noise. He was expressing something real. Over the next few days, we became inseparable. Dennis would ride in the car, standing on the console between the seats, tail wagging, babbling with excitement whenever we approached the beach or the park. At home, he'd sit on the couch next to me and make little commentary sounds during movies, as if he had opinions about the plot. He made me laugh every single day, and he really listened when I talked too. By the end of the 2 weeks, I had fallen in love. The thought of returning him to the shelter and watching him leave with someone else felt unbearable. I called the staff. "Is there any chance I could adopt him instead?" They paused and then said, "Well, only if the original family agrees." So I wrote a letter. I sent photos and videos showing them Dennis and me together, playing and communicating in our own special way. I tried to convey what this dog meant to me, explaining that Dennis wasn't just a pet, but a voice I hadn't realized I needed in my life. A few days later, the shelter called me. "They've agreed," they said. "Dennis is yours." I broke down in tears that day. I became the happiest man in the world. I wasn't just adopting a dog. I was gaining a companion, a soul I somehow understood without needing words. From that point on, life with Dennis became extraordinary. He continued to talk to me every morning, during every car ride, and at every bedtime. He shared his joys and frustrations, making me feel like every little moment mattered. He taught me patience, presence, and the beauty of simply listening. I've never met another dog like him, and honestly, I doubt I ever will. People say dogs don't talk, but I know the truth. Dennis spoke and still speaks to me in a language deeper than words. He asked for love, I gave it, and in return, he changed everything. If Dennis's story touched your heart, please consider liking this video, leaving a comment, or even subscribing to our channel. Not just to support me, but for Dennis, because his story isn't over. We have many more beautiful, unexpected, and heartfelt stories to share with you.